Welcome everyone. Now let us learn rule number 6, that is, do not build on reserved Python territory. What does it mean? In simple word, this means some words are already reserved by Python, so we should not use those words as variable names. Suppose there is a restricted construction area where trespassers are not allowed. That means the area is already reserved and the objects or resources inside that area cannot be accessed or used by everyone freely. Only authorized people are allowed to use that area. Likewise, in Python, some words are already reserved by Python for its own internal working. Words like if, for, while, class. These words have special purposes in Python. These reserved words are technically termed as keywords. So just like we should not enter or build inside a restricted construction area, we should also not use Python reserved words as variable names. For example, for equal to 10, class equal to beam. Here, for and class are not valid Python variable name because these are already reserved by Python for its internal work. These reserved words or keywords are already used by Python to perform programming tasks such as loops, conditions, and class creation. Therefore, they cannot be used as variable names. So instead of writing for equal to 10, we should use a different variable names like for underscore count equal to 10. This is safe and valid. Now coming to rule number 7, that is, structural integrity requires meaningful names. In simple word, this means variable names should clearly describe what data they store. Now suppose we write variable names like a equal to 500, b equal to 7.5, c equal to 30. We can definitely use these variable names while writing a Python program. There is no issue. And when we run the program, Python will not show any error. But these variable names are poor and unclear for understanding. Because when we read A, B, C, we cannot understand what these variable names actually represent or what type of engineering data is stored inside them. For example, does A represent traffic volume? Does B represent road width? Does C represent concrete grade? We cannot identify the meaning clearly just by looking at the variable names. So instead of using unclear names like A, B, and C, we should use meaningful variable names that clearly describe the stored data. You may ask, if Python allows us to store values using variable names like A, B, and C, then why is it considered a problem? So the simple answer is yes, Python will allow those variable names and program may run without any error. But the main problem is readability and understanding. When another person reads the program, or even when we read our own program after some time or some days, we may not understand what these variables represent or what type of data is stored inside them. So meaningful variable names make the program easier to read and easier to understand. Now let us look at the right side of the slide. Traffic underscore volume equal to 500. Here, the variable names clearly describes the stored data. When we read this variable name, we immediately understand that it stores traffic volume data. Now, in case of road underscore width and concrete underscore grade, here we clearly understand that what these variable names represent. Road underscore width represent road width and concrete underscore grade represent concrete grade. So meaningful variable names improve readability factor, understanding factor, and as well as your program clarity. You may ask which type of naming is better for real program. So always remember, meaningful naming is always better because it helps us understand the program easily. So in this session, we studied rule number 7, that is, always use meaningful variable names that clearly describe the stored data. In the next session, we will try to discuss and understand various types of data types used in Python program. So see you in the next session.